Sooner and I bagged a nice dinner. A few years sooner. Morning. And I thought I was the early bird. Of course, the early bird's probably flown over Frenchman's Mountain by now.
The clumsiest goose. As he trips in the barnyard, cackles the loudest.
Don't mind me. I'm not above laughing at my own jokes. I'm commonly the only one that does. You don't mind me doing a little fishing here, do you?
Not much harm you can do now, I suppose.
What are you doing out here?
Drawing pictures.
Of what?
The early bird.
Said you wish I'd have brought my shotgun and brought that beauty down, huh?
How's that?
Oh, well, then it wouldn't have flown away, and you could have arranged it and drawn it from all different angles. You some kind of artist?
I'm an art student.
Oh. College student, huh? Well, that's one way to stay out of it, right?
on the GI Bill.
You're a veteran. Vietnam, huh? They say a lot of the boys are coming back with problems.
You're right.
I don't know nothing about that. Nor college, neither. Me? I'm a student of life.
Yeah, that's why you left your 12 gauge at home, huh?
Huh? What? Oh, I get it. That's funny. Nah, they don't like you taking pot shots at the wildlife out here anymore.
Did they ever?
Oh, sure. My daddy and me, we came out here many days just shooting up the place.
When was this?
Oh, gotta be 30 years ago or more. Things have sure changed.
So, what did you hunt?
Oh, birds mostly, but you could take a pot shot at almost anything if you knew your way around. Jackrabbits, of course, you still see plenty of them. A lot of deer and bighorn sheep. Coyote or two if you came out early. And you might even get a shot off at a mountain lion.
Really? There was that much variety out here?
No. My old man and his dad used to bring back beaver pelts.
Beavers in the deserts?
By the truckload. He told me one year they brought home so many beavers that they could have fed the whole neighborhood. And they would have made hats and coats to clothe the whole family if it wasn't too hot to wear them. And that was not a small family.
What did they do with them?
The furs, they sold them. I don't know when they outlawed the sale of beaver hats, but you could get a fair price for a good pelt in my old man's day. But that was then. I doubt if anybody's seen a beaver out here in a while. Too bad, isn't it?
That makes you wonder what happened to them all, huh?
No, I don't think so. You can't turn back the clock. You come out here much?
Not so much often now. I used to when I was a kid.
Ask me how many times I've been out here.
How many times have you been out here?
Too many to count. But I do remember when the water came from natural springs and not some runoff from folks' lawns.
So what kind of fish do you catch?
Those are lost mostly. Used to be able to reel in a rainbow trout or big mouth bass, just like down at the lake. Now you're lucky if you see a channel cat or an undersized striper.
Why do you still come out here?
Nobody knows about it, cares about it. It's relaxing.
Well, we agree on that.
There's a little yellow warble over there. I think I keep my mouth shut long enough if you want to draw him.
Oh, thanks, but I think I've got enough for this week's assignment.
You're heading back?
I think I better.
I don't know what your hurry is.
Oh, I'll tell you. I've only been married a few months and my wife's pregnant.
Oh.
So if I stay out here for too long, I'll be in a lot deeper water than this. Good luck to you.
Take care of yourself. Hope to see you out here again.
The wise old fish leaps. He snatches flies in midair while hooks twist below. In the spring, they wait, and stretching from a sleep's bench, crouched tight as sprinters, warm themselves in the sunlight. Neither hare nor tortoise race.
Bring her over here.
Oh, I can't believe you brought us out to this.
Oh, come on, it's beautiful out here. Bring it closer to the wall.
It smells funny.
You're just not used to fresh air. Come on.
Oh, here. Don't let her get too close to the edge.
Oh, I won't. Don't want to make you too nervous.
I don't want to down there.
Oh, here, bring her over this way. Just try.
You sure you're not gonna join us, though?
You know what? Got a book. I'll go wait where it's dry.
Right. Hey, Harley, you wanna draw something? Let's see. Yeah. Let's get the page.
Honey, what are you playing with?
Who, me? Nothing, dear. I'm just, drawing pictures.
Don't be cute. What's Harley got?
I think it's a snake, but I told her she couldn't take it home.
Is it poisonous?
Oh, it's not a snake. It's a turtle or a tortoise. I'm not sure how you tell the difference.
Well, she did say she wants to take it home, though.
Harley, baby, come back to the car.
No, wait. I'll get rid of it. Here. Sorry, little fella. Ordinarily, oh, great! He sprayed me. Oh, I hope you're happy.
It serves you right. You shouldn't have touched it. It's getting a little cold.
But I promised her we'd feed the ducks. It's all right. She's got her coat on.
The ducklings cry out for guidance from their elders, and the willows sigh.
Look at that one over there. Popped up underneath that piece. Clever one, huh?
It does feel a little cold.
Should we head back to civilization?
One more piece. Okay, throw it. Throw it.
Here. We'll tell Mom that we want to come back when it's warmer, all right? Want to go with Mom? Fine.
Kind of cute. The smallest faces grow, developing a keen, inquisitive eye. Quick to spy the distant heights, they forget to take small steps.
I'd say you gave up on this one a little early. But that's my opinion. So, what are you trying to draw now?
That jackrabbit.
Tell him you wanted to draw him? Maybe you'd stay still then.
There he goes.
Oh, jackrabbits aren't very disciplined models, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Harley.
Sure.
What, are you giving up already?
I'm not giving up.
Oh, you're not drawing.
I'm art illiterate, Dad. Maybe you taught me on my head for
Maybe. Yeah, I still might, too. Is this what you were trying to draw?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, that's a good eye.
What do you mean?
Well, you picked a good subject. You got a nice balance, a natural
I
composition.
couldn't get it on paper.
Most people wouldn't even have seen it.
You didn't have any trouble finding it.
You just didn't take enough time. You're in too big a hurry.
How long do you want me to sit here? The ground's there. I'm gonna catch cold.
You sound like your mom. Here, look. If you want to get good at something, you've got to practice. Don't toss a fit every time it's not
I
right.
didn't toss a fit.
All right, you threw your pencil. Relax, walk around a little bit. Maybe you'll find something I haven't seen yet.
Hey, Dad.
Yes?
Do you have any tips on how to relax?
You mean when you're drawing? Oh, sure. One thing is you've got to stop judging yourself.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, don't worry about every line on the page. If you do that, you're never going to finish your picture.
I don't get it.
Look, when you start drawing, when anybody's drawing, you've got to relax and not worry about every line on that paper. I mean, some people, the second their pencils or paintbrushes get close to the paper, they start to worry about whether or not it's going to be right. You know, if they mess up one little line, the whole thing's ruined. I'm not kidding. You see people in classes, their hands shake so badly they can hardly even start. And they're so worried about what's on their paper, they never actually see the thing they're trying to draw.
How do you stop doing that?
One thing is to stop worrying about what's on the paper. Look, when you were about 5, I used to have you do this exercise where you're trying to draw your subject
In one continuous line without looking down until I was done.
Oh, right. You didn't have time to get in your own way and start criticizing yourself.
Dad, do you remember how many of those drawings actually look like anything?
You're never going to relax if you're always expecting a masterpiece.
So you think I should try that?
Why not?
Well, what should I draw?
I don't know. I prefer birds. You might want to look around. Why don't you start with that little heron?
Wow, it's blue.
Don't think about that. Just follow the lines.
Across gray puddles, the bride tiptoes carefully. Radiant feathers. Come here.
You tell me.
I'd like to put here. The way the lines move to the left and
Yeah, it's very fluid. And all right here. You've really captured something. The impulse to fly. I like it, Harley. It's good work. You know, my daughter asked me once why I like to draw out here.
What did you tell her?
I don't know. It's just so different from where I work. In the office, they pay me to draw, and that's great, but you don't get to draw anything from life. It's all concrete. It's not like this. The air, it smells filtered and stale. Those sounds, they just drive you deeper and deeper into this flat world of paper. You've got the jet airliners, the piped-in music, the automobiles, even the voices of the people you work with start to sound unnatural. You just escape into the blank blueprint and the numbers on your slide rule. There's absolutely no reason to look up.
So why do you stay there?
Where would you have me go?
Didn't you say you could do the same work out of your garage? All you needed was a second-hand drafting table you told me. Well, get one. At least then you'd be working for yourself.
But that would mean a drop in pay. And I don't think your mom would like that.
Have you asked her? You might be surprised what she's like.
Maybe.
Is everything okay with you now?
Yeah. You think so?
Well, then don't worry about whether you're not making enough money. I'm sure Mom's glad you were happy. And hey, you can always look out of the garage to compare to some of that serious work you're always saying you don't have time for.
Thanks. I'll find the time.
I don't know, Dad. You're getting older every day. What's that?
I'm not sure.
It's not a wolf, is it?
Not likely. Oh, look! Over there.
Is that a coyote?
It's too small. My guess is some kind of fox.
They're funny. Hey, wait.
Oh.
Hey, stop!
No,
Stop, get it! Stop!
Oh, no, it's all right. I got it.
Hey, something just flew on my head.
Yeah, it's probably a bat.
A bat! You say that like it's no big deal.
I don't think it is.
What if it gets stuck in my hair?
We have to cut it off.
My
You
hair?
don't want it to bite you, do you? It might have rabies. I'm just kidding. Bats have excellent radar. I don't think it'll come anywhere near you.
Is it gone?
Yeah. I've landed over there on the surface of the water.
What was it doing?
Well, it's, resting on the surface, eating bugs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they do that sometime.
It doesn't look like it's moving.
Right, it's floating.
No. I mean, it's not moving. I think it's dead.
Really? I better get him out of here.
Did it drown?
Maybe it knocked itself out when it landed on the surface. Sometimes they'll revive after they've been out of the stream for a while.
I don't think this is one of those times. I'll go get a plastic bag from the car and you can bury it in the garden. Boy, is Mom gonna laugh when she hears about this. When the spring rains come, they roar down the mountainside, clawing the hard ground. Trees snap caught in white teeth, while frogs seek fresh umbrellas.
I watch your step. That bank looks pretty well shot.
Thanks. Where is everything?
Washed downstream.
I heard there were damages. I had no idea.
Give it a couple of months and this place will look like a war zone.
Who want to grow back?
I doubt it. You lose this much natural material, all the plants and soil that are washed away. It's hard for a marsh to come back.
What'll happen to everything?
You'll see cameras popping up and that'll take care of any of the water that might have restored the cattails. Then, except for the tapestries, which are useless for anything except fouling up the soil with salt so that nothing else can grow, this place will be pretty empty. Just another harsh creek bed, drying up in the desert. Ordinarily, I'd be more hopeful. You know, nature has a way of taking back its own, no matter how much we mess it up. But this is going to take some time.
It'd be a shame to lose all this.
Well, it's not a new problem. What's your interest in it?
Oh, the wetlands? Well, I come out here to draw the wildlife. I used to bring my daughter.
Well, you better get used to drawing a lot more of those.
I didn't even notice them there.
Take a good look. Next time you come out here, there might be nothing else.
Oh, that's all right. I don't discriminate. I like all the animals I find out here.
Oh, good for you. You must have been raised out here.
Well, what makes you think that?
A lot of people, especially those folks that are transplanted from the East Coast, seem to be never develop an appreciation of the wildlife that we have in the desert. Yeah, you take this little fella.
It's amazing how his colors blend into the background.
He's got a personality of his own. And he's not bothered by us. Look at him. Going for his calisthenics. It's as if he's daring you to drop down next to him and do 50 push-ups. Just to see who's faster.
No thanks. I did my hitch.
Me too. Go real. So, you're married? You said you had a daughter.
Oh. I was. We're divorced.
Oh, that's too bad. People don't seem to be able to stay together these days.
When you said this wasn't a new problem, what did you mean?
Just that. Every time 1,000 new people move in and start flushing their toilets and soaking their lawns, all the wastewater ends up here. Erosion's been eating away at this place for years. And all it took was a flood to put the punctuation mark on it.
It looks like something scared him off.
Always off to clean up passes.
I don't know why he'd bother.
What?
With his coloring, he'd stick out like a sore thumb. He was made for the rocks and sand like this. I mean, even out here, the way it is, he can disappear from sight. Besides, it'd be a long walk, wouldn't it? Where'd you come from? What are you looking at?
In the bird's black eyes, a sly intellect warning, I could take your heart.
Hey! I should have cautioned you about those ravens. They'll grab anything if it's shiny or looks like food. I heard of one that flew off with a slice of pizza.
The one of my pen that badly is welcome to it, and I've certainly got others.
Maybe he wants to write a poem about himself.
Maybe.
Those pictures you draw, would I have seen any of them?
Not unless you've been in my garage. I used to paint, but now I use them mainly as studies to make sculptures and mobiles.
Sounds interesting.
Not sure you'd recognize them even if you saw them. It's probably kind of abstract.
What made you choose nature to work with?
I don't know if I chose it. Sometimes you're just drawn to something. When I'm out here, I feel like some sort of like a pilgrim. No, I don't mean on the Mayflower. You see, in antiquity, people used to leave their houses. And they'd go out into nature to observe it. They dedicated their days just living out in the open and making small poems, sketches. They viewed themselves as spiritual pilgrims, seeking, well, I'm not sure what, but this is what they did, and they enjoyed it. It's restful.
She's come back to laugh at us. I think I know what you're saying. Well, good luck to you.
Through the dry seasons, the wild dogs growl, answering their empty stomachs.
Is that what you wanted me to hear?
Wow. They must have changed the flight patterns.
Everything changes, Dad. Except you.
You know, some kids would find that comforting.
Don't call me a kid.
Harley, wait, don't turn those on. I want you to look around.
And see what?
I don't know. The thing we were talking about. How everything's changed.
You mean out here? Or between us? Okay, I've looked around. So why'd you bring me out here?
I guess I always saw it as one place we'd always have together.
That's funny, Dad. Because I never wanted a place. I just wanted a parent. Do you think you could take me home now?
Do you hear that?
Yeah?
Do you know what it is?
Should I?
You remember that time we were out here, we saw those two kid foxes?
Is that what they were?
Yeah, I asked somebody at the college.
Great. I'm glad it's paying off for you. Now, could we...
Wait. Look, there they are. They're hunting.
You know what's strange?
No, Dad. What's strange?
To see him out foraging like this in the day. They must really be hungry to come out here in plain view, especially with us this close.
Maybe they didn't see us.
Where'd you get that camera?
In a box in the garage, along with some other stuff you left.
Let me see.
Why, you want to take it back? What are you doing?
Well, with this filter on, it'll take better pictures. And don't worry about the color. You won't notice it.
Thanks.
You get some good shots?
I think so.
Good.
So why didn't you take it with you?
The camera? So I really didn't have any use for it.
You mean you never take any pictures?
No, look, I'm glad you found it, Harley. Maybe I should have given it to you. Consider it yours.
I already have. Hey, I figured I ought to get something.
Look, I'm really sorry about the way that things turned out. A day doesn't go by that doesn't remind me of the way that things used to be.
Dad, please! I don't want to talk about this. I don't want you to say something that's going to embarrass you or me.
Look, if there's anything that I could do to make it up to you...
Make what up to me? The fact that I was born or the fact that you don't want to be around?
Now, that's not entirely fair.
I'll tell you it's not fair. No, I don't want to talk about this.
Look, if you want to ask me something or if you just want to yell at me, you ought to do it. Trust me, Harley. Don't get in the habit of walking away from things.
I can't even understand why you guys thought you should have kids.
We thought we were ready. Your mom thought we were ready. Maybe she thought it'd settle me down.
Oh, the whole thing's her fault. We're trying to make you stay
No,
home.
I didn't say that.
Then why did you break up?
Your mom, she was happy with this quaint little garden in the back patio doing Sunday crossword puzzles. I needed a bigger backyard.
If that's what you wanted, you should have tried to talk to her about it.
You know I can't express myself like that. I can't ask for things like that.
Well, I wish you would have tried. For my sake. So, where'd you get the camera?
Vietnam.
Did you buy it there?
Nope. That was the weapon I was issued. The only thing I shot over there were pictures.
Well, that's good. Right?
Yeah. That was good. I didn't kill anybody, I just took pictures of them. You know, that was about the time that I started drawing. I don't know, some kind of an escape. I carried this little notebook around and tried to sketch, you know, pretty things from life. Wildlife, flowers, small children. Children who looked a lot like our children when we got up close and got to know them. So, when I got back, I put the camera away and decided not to take any more pictures.
I knew you'd been a photographer.
You did?
After you'd gone, I found this photo album. It had your name on it. And on each page, there were handwritten captions in white, with titles like, An Airfield in Bon Fong Valley. Of course, I couldn't tell you what the pictures themselves showed, because somebody had already taken them out. All that was left, those little white tabs in the corners. It would have been nice to have you around. Tell me what each picture was, and how you felt when you were taking this. I wanted to know that. But you were long gone. You'd become like those empty pages. You had a name, but otherwise, you were blank. And a few months ago, they brought through this replica of the Vietnam Wall. It was like the one in Washington, only smaller, you know. You can look the names up if you wanted. Somebody asked me if my dad's been in the war. And I said, yes. That's his name right there. And pointed to the wall. You know, I couldn't even tell you whose name it was. And if anyone had stopped to do the math, they'd have figured out that I would have been too young for you to have died over there. But nobody questioned it. They just walked off. Left me alone with my deep loss.
Harley, it's my greatest regret.
Where do you go? Oh, wait, here's the car.
After so many years of watching the give and take of life and seeing how all animals survive, you'd think the death of something so small would stop having an effect on it. But every death is very personal, wouldn't you say?
Even those that are purely symbolic.
I don't believe in things being symbolic. I look for things that are real and fully alive.
But then you try to write it down.
So?
Doesn't it stop becoming alive and start becoming symbolic the moment you put it into words?
On the contrary, the moment of writing is meaningless. It's the real moment that's all that counts, and that's already over with when I start to write about it.
Then why bother writing it down?
I am so much in love with every moment I've seen, I want to restore it to life. Isn't that what you do with your paintings and sculptures?
Sometimes. I'm not very good at it.
You're not a good artist?
I think I'm too in love with paint. The materials of my work sometimes remove me from life.
You have to follow your own advice. Look beyond your hands on the page and see.
You know, I've looked, and what I see is my life falling in around me. I thought I built up sturdy brick walls to protect me from all weather, but I forgot the mortar. So now I've got a brick stacked one on top of another, and now they're all collapsing around me.
Do you know the funny thing about mortar? It's just muddy sand. Eventually, it'll fall apart too. Don't be so consumed with the idea of loss. Nothing is permanent and everything in life changes. But that doesn't mean those things are ever lost to you. Consider the sand. As it falls through an hourglass, flowing like water, neither sand nor time escape unless the glass is broken. We should watch what children do. They go and build a wall out of mud, and then they knock it down. You can rebuild those walls if you want to, but all you're going to see are the bricks.
man. You don't mind if I sit here, do you?
Oh, by all means. So, you're not fishing anymore?
Do I know you?
We met out here once. It was quite some time ago.
I'm getting old. I don't remember everybody I run into. But maybe you're... Are you that martial arts guy who was doing the karate dances out here?
I can confidently say that wasn't me.
Oh. I came out here one time and this fellow was doing these strange movements. He claimed that they were based on the way animals defended themselves. Nothing like any animal I'd ever seen. Except for the time the plant upstream spilled rocket fuel into the water. All of the animals moved a little funny. I think it made them drunk. You sure that wasn't you?
Not I. My art tends to be a little less physically demanding.
I know, you're the fellow who draws some pictures. Didn't recognize you because you didn't have that sketch pad in front of your face. No offense.
Oh, no. I think that's how most people remember me.
You were hurrying off because your wife was pregnant. Did she have the baby?
Yes, she did.
And what was it?
We had a beautiful baby girl. I hope to be close friends with her in my old age.
That's great. There's nothing like kids, is there?
No, there's not. So, why'd you give up fishing?
Oh, I don't know. I think that rocket fuel incident had something to do with it. I can't say that it's appealing to put a catfish on a skillet and might blow up like a Roman candle. Nah, I just got tired of all that junk around. And the fishing will tail off. It's not like it used to be. But I'm glad to see that some of the marsh is starting to come back.
It's funny. I hadn't noticed.
The white moth whispers, "Watch me, I live one day," and kisses your cheek.
So what do you do now?
Isn't this enough? It takes all of my strength going back and forth to the car. But I tell you what I think, saving up energy for. Let's open up a soda pop. Would you care for one?
Oh, no thanks.
Suit yourself. I'll tell you what has been occupying my time recently. Some of the old-timers claim to have spotted a beaver out in the marsh. So I'm looking. I'd give anything to catch a glimpse of one before I go. It'd be like getting to see Bigfoot or something.
You really think they're out here?
So they say. You ever do anything with your artwork? You were a student, if I recall.
Yeah, I got my degree and I'm still an artist. But I tend to spend more time on the other side of the canvas nowadays.
You mean you're a model?
No, I'm a teacher.
Oh, good. I was having a hard time trying to imagine, But you still do your work, huh?
Yes. In fact, we just had a recent exhibit of my work. You know, pretty much everything based on animals in the wetlands.
I doubt if I'll get a chance to see it, so could you tell me about it?
Well, it's pretty much everything you've seen here. Well, and that's been lost over time. Starting with the lizard. And the tortoise. The duck with her ducklings. A couple of playful kid foxes. A nervous jackrabbit. The sly ravens. And the beautiful great blue heron.
It's easy to forget, isn't it, how much wonderful wildlife there is out here? Yes, it is.
So are you working on anything new now?
I'm working on a self-portrait.
The artist studies his face. The lines form a complex map. Many roads, one truth.
Do you see it? Well, if that isn't a